Happy Saturday. I'm Fritz, the Age Movement at Street in partnership with the Health Museum. Show is be about showing you some chair exercises or sofa exercises in your living room. And we have an interior designer named Elnaz Irby who will show you some ways to spruce up your living room. You're in this pandemic, you're at home, it's time to make a few changes to brighten up your day. Let's get started. Drink plenty of water before you start your exercises. Check in with your doctor to make sure you're able to exercise. And the exercises we're going to be showing you are all instructional. Do what you can without having any pain. All right? I'll show you some modifications so that almost everybody can do it. It's some stretches. We're going to start with our shoulders. 10 times. Round. Music in. Making our way to 10. And 10. Pull forward. Loosening up your upper back. Stress and tension from all, whether you're at work or you have some. And there we go. We work ourselves to 10. Now I want you to turn your head where your chin touches your shoulder. Looking to your left, looking to your right. All day long, we're looking down at phones, tablets, computers. And it's good just to loosen up all your joints, especially your neck. There you go, side to side. I usually take about 2 seconds and work my way to the other side. Let's do 4 more. Good. 2. Keeping your back nice and straight, that spine, where each vertebra is sitting on top of each other. And 1 more. Now we're going to tilt our head where we bring our ear to our shoulder. Get a nice little stretch. You can also put a little bit of pressure on the same side and pull your head towards your shoulder if you don't quite have that stretch naturally. So let's do 5 seconds on the other side. There we go. A little bit of an extra stretch. Oh, that feels so good. Right here. Excellent. The first exercise is going to cover your core, your legs, and your glutes, which is your rear end. You're going to sit at the edge of the chair. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this. It's called sit to stand. And essentially, we're going from sit to stand. Now, the modified version would be pressing your palms into your knees, just right above your knees on your quads. And you're going to rock into it. Push your palms into your knees and stand fully and return to sitting. And that's for those who are a little shaky on their balance and they need a little bit extra help. Now, if you're not strong with your upper body to do an easy lift, you'll have to put your hands on the side of your body and press them into the couch, and that gives you a little more leverage. Now, if you're in pretty good shape and you want more of a challenge, you can place your arms in front like Frankenstein, rock into it, and stand. I'm going to do all 10 with my hands in front. And you pick the modification that works best for you. I'm generally doing 10, but do what you can do. The goal is to keep moving. Counting as we go up. 3. 4. There you go. Really really engage that core. As you bend your waist, those abdominal muscles kick in. 5. Pressing into your heels. 6. 4 more. 7. Now if your arms get tired, you can cross your arms like this. 8. There's all sorts of ways you can customize this and still get maximum effect. 9. 1 more. And 10. Very good. Let's shake it off and take some deep breaths through our nose, out our mouth. Empty those lungs. Again, through your nose. And blow it out your mouth. Let's take a seat. The next exercise is a bit more challenging. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can work the back of your arms, which you essentially need to stand up or transfer. Again, always sit in the front of a chair so your center of gravity shifts forward as you pop up. Now, there are 2 different ways that you can do this. The modified version is going to be where you place your hands next to your hips and you're just pressing straight up and down. If you can't do the one I'm about to show you, this will be the one to do. So you're still extending your arms, bringing your elbows to a lock position, exercising that tricep, which is the back of your arm there, and working your way to 10. Now, the more challenging way I'm going to show you is placing your hands again next to your hips. Feet are shoulder width apart. Keep looking straight ahead. Your back is nice and straight. You're going to lift yourself, slide your gluteus off the couch, and lower yourself. And come right back up. And you can sit if you have to between, if it's difficult for you. That's the little rest period you can do. Or you can bring yourself out and lower yourself and raise yourself. Like that. Working your way to 10. This is the most challenging way. 3. Inhale. 4. 5. Very good. Work with me. 6. Feel that blood flow. 7. It's engaging my triceps. They're starting to burn a little bit. Yep. 9. Inhale. And 10. Good job. So those are our tricep dips. Exercise number 3. Now we're going to work into something fairly simple, and it's more isometrics. And what you're going to do is essentially place your hands together, hold your hands, bring your elbows out, and you're pressing into your palms. And what's happening is the chest muscles kick in, and you're contracting those. So push 1, 2. 1, 2. We're doing 10. 2 seconds. Hold. 1, 3. And I'm just changing the last number to count. 1, 4. Good. Really getting that breath going. And 1, 5. Pressing your palms together. 1, 6. You can hold it longer if you'd like to get more out of it. 2-second hold. I'm just trying to wake up my body. 1, 7. 3 more. 1, 8. 1, 9. 1 more. And 1, 10. Very good. Yes, that's very nice. So those are our chest squeezes. And generally I do 2 to 3 sets, which means I did 10 and I do it again. Give yourself a 30-second break between sets. And your muscle obviously has memory, and that's a good way to start building your tone. Of course, working out regularly with these low-impact exercises is where you'll see the results for the long haul. The next exercise is really going to engage your core. I want you to sit back, probably halfway between the front of the couch and the back of the couch. We're going to extend our legs right in front, and you're going to hold the edge of the couch, or you can place your hands right at your buttocks. I do little L's here, keeping my back straight, and you're swinging your legs across from each other. And this is really pulling in on the core, like that. Oh yeah, feeling my abs. Why do you need your abs and your core? Well, it helps you with your balance. Center of your body. Good. Working our way to 10. Remember, you cross one way, you cross the other. I count that as a rep. Let's do 5 more. 1. 2. Nice. You can do it at your own pace. And if you can't hold your legs up, try to lift your legs, cross, and come back down on your heels until you get a little stronger to do that. Just like that. See, there's kind of like a little rest break in between until you're able just to hold it and cross. So these are scissors. Also works on your coordination. Try to keep your posture straight as you tighten your core. Very good. 2 more. 1 and 2. Whew. So when you start to feel a little light and short of breath, take some deep breaths. 2 seconds up through your nose, and 2 seconds out through your mouth. All the way, empty those lungs. Let's do it again. And blow out. Now I'm warmed up. The next thing we're going to do is take a pillow. This is a good size, it can be smaller. And we're basically going to hold the pillow from underneath, and we're going to serve it to the right and then to the left. So I'm turning from my waist to the top of my head to the right. And if you can't turn all the way, go to the end point of what you can tolerate that feels right for you. But I'm going to go all the way to one side, working, again, my core and my spine, and bringing it all the way to the other side. Excellent. 1. And 2. Get that breath in between. And 3. Working your way to 10. And 4. You got this. And 5. There's also a stretch involved in this besides just contracting the muscles to make this movement. Now we're at 7. Let's do 3 more. This is the core twist. Using anything really. You can use a light ball, 7. You can use canned goods. Or you can just use what's on your couch. 9. 1 more. I'm already feeling a little more flexible with my back. And 10. Wonderful. This pillow can be used for a couple of exercises. The next one is, and it's the final one I want to show you today, number 7, is we're going to be doing a squat using a pillow. So I'll show you 2 different ways of doing this. The way I'd like you to eventually get to is at stand. Your feet are shoulder width apart. You're going to flex your hips and reach back with your glutes towards the couch as if you're going to sit. And you're going to bend, touch the ground, and bring it all the way up. Again, squat. Remember, don't use your back. Use your leg muscles for this. So you have to really arch your back and extend your buttocks back. Good. Really use those muscles. That's what they're there for. This is number 4. Keep your chin up as you bend down and reach as high as you can to really lengthen that body. 6. 4 left. What a way to wake up. Just doing a little bit of stimulation to your whole body. I mean, coffee is good, but it's nice to also use physical exercise to get things going. 2 more. Remember, keep your chin up, bend your knees and your hips, reach for the floor. 9. 1 more. And 10. Excellent. Let's take 2 more breaths, and then we'll move on to the next part of our show. Through your nose, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Let's do it again. And breathe out. All right, I think that has me ready to go to learn some more about how to freshen up my living room. Wonderful tips coming ahead. Stay tuned. We're going to have a short intermission to get our stage set up, and we'll be back with Renaz Irby, interior designer here in Houston. See you in a few seconds. Hi, and welcome back to the Great Age Movement at Home Lab Series in partnership with the Health Museum. I'm here today with Elnaz Irby. She's an interior designer and a project manager. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Hi, I'm so happy to be on this show. Happy Saturday, everybody. So we all spend more time at home than usual. People recently have started looking for ways to freshen up their houses temporarily or permanently. And so I would like to give you some tips on how to do that in a budget-friendly way that can change the look of your house, instantly. We are going to focus on living rooms today because then you spend more time at home. Those are the rooms that people spend more time at.
And my sofa gets the majority of my time as soon as I get home, just to relax and rest. So it's nice to see a change up.
Yes.
When you're in that space every day, and even better if you could just move things around versus having to travel somewhere to go buy something.
Yes.
So let's begin then.
Okay. So first, I would like to talk about your sofas and chairs. Replacing furniture is not frequently is not very cost friendly, but there are ways that you can change the look of your furniture. Reupholstery and paint are always options, but they're not as easy. So the first thing that give your house, your living room and your sofas an instant change are pillows and throws. There are no standards or rules on how many pillows you need, what size you need, what style you need. It all really depends on your lifestyle. But I'm going to give you some guidance today on how to do that. So we have few pillows here today, and I'm going to show you how I did my sofa.
Okay, great. I love this couch.
Thank you.
I often wondered the use of the word couch versus sofa. Couch seems a little more relaxed in that sense, but sofa has a little more of an elegance to it.
Yeah.
That looks great. I love the colors.
Thank you. So usually, sofas have solid color, and people usually get like neutral colors.
Sure.
So that's what I'm going to assume is going to be our base for our design today. As you can see, this sofa is gray. It's a 92-inch sofa. So for a 72 to a 92-inch sofa, I recommend you to put between 3 to 5 pillows. So the number and the size of the pillows you pick really depend on the length of your sofa, the depth of your sofa, and the height of the back of your sofa. So all that matters. So here, for example, this sofa is not very deep, and I'm gonna tell you later how it affected my design. And then if you look for more of a natural, inviting look, go with odd number of pillows. And then if you are looking for more of a traditional, symmetrical look, go with even number of pillows.
Okay. So here we have symmetry.
Yes, here we
Or
have
traditional
symmetry.
look.
Yes, exactly. So on each end you can place a 20-inch to a 22-inch square
So that's
pillow.
almost like a 2-footer. Yeah.
Yes, and then in front of them you can put a 16-inch to an 18-inch square pillows. So we call these square pillows throw pillows. And then if it's in a rectangular shape, we call it a lumbar.
Yes.
And
So when you're having a pillow fight, you use the throw pillows, right?
yes. So lumbars are usually being placed at the middle or on a chair. So if I wanted to add that to this pillow set, I would pick more of an outstanding look, like something more metallic or with a very, like a long fox feathers, stuff like
so
that.
different like textures.
Something different and something more outstanding because you're going to put it at the center.
Would you say that the lumbar pillow is something that you're going to be moving and touching more versus the throw pillows? Like, a lot of people may sit on the couch and
Yes.
they may hold the pillow or,
Yes.
for comfort, right?
Yes.
And lumbar is your lower back, so lumbar is your lower back, so
Yes.
is that related to that? Is that why they call it lumbar pillow?
Yes, because they support your back, and that's why they're better for chairs too versus sofas. Because you tend to more like lay on the sofa versus a chair.
And is it defined by size too, the lumbars?
No, they're standard sizes for lumbars,
Yes.
but it's more about the shape.
Okay, just curious in case the audience was with the technical terms of throw versus lumbar. You might already know this, but I wanted to know.
Yes, so lumbars are the rectangular shaped pillows, and also we have rounds. So lumbars and rounds make your eyes, move throughout the room.
Sure.
Versus pillows are more like stable looking.
So
So for this set, I started with these pillows. They are I saw these pillows and I fell in love with them. And they were perfect for me because they have a great base, and they also have some sort of beige and blue on them, which goes with other items I have in my room. Like here you can see I have touches of purple in my decor. So and also I had a blue paint on the wall at that time. So that was a perfect choice for me.
Sure.
And then for this pillow, it's more about the texture than the pattern.
It's very inviting, the texture.
Yes, so it's more of a lighter gray with a touch of purple. So it has a purple undertone. And then for the last part, add a throw. So throws add a layer to your design, and they're very practical too. It doesn't matter what time of year it is or where you live.
Yes.
It's always nice to have throw. So try to mix and match different patterns, textures, and colors, and pay attention to the rest of the room. So pick a color that complements the rest of your room.
Gotcha.
The other thing when people spend a longer stretch of time at home is that you get this feeling of like loneliness, and you feel
Yeah.
like you're kind of disconnected from the world outside.
Very true for a lot of our seniors. So
Yes.
it's nice to make your home a very energized place.
Yes.
With these kind of techniques.
Yes, and there are other items that you can use as also as a decor, but they're also good for your health. And one of them is use of greenery. Greenery helps you feel better because they bring outside inside, and you feel like you are connected to the world outside.
That's right.
Besides that, the studies have shown that houseplants can remove harmful toxins. 87% of harmful toxins in 24 hours.
Like bad cooking and burnt food.
Yes. Like
that might happen
toxins in
sometimes.
the air, I mean. Yes. So they refresh the air. They're very good for your health. They're good for productivity,
Yes.
concentration. They have a lot of good, effects in your life. But also they're like great pieces of decor.
Yes.
They go with any style and they jazz up any space. So if you don't, and then if you lack of, green thumb, you can
Yeah.
always go with
Artificial.
or fox plants, and those are very trendy too right now.
Okay.
And you can get very good quality ones for a good price. They still affect your mood visually as a real plant. They just don't affect the air of your house. When you want to buy house plants, there are factors that you can pay attention to. One of them is the environment.
Yes.
So environment of your house and where in the house you want to place that plant.
Yes.
For example, if you place your plants closer to the AC vents, it's more of a dry environment.
Sure. Yes.
So you need to ask or do research and read the instructions of your plants when you buy
What your
them.
plant needs.
Yes, amount of sun and shade are very important, and also it's important to pay attention to the maintenance requirements.
That's right.
Some of them require more, watering or trimming. And if you, for example, a person who spends a lot of time out of town, it might not be very convenient for you. So when you want to buy new plants, you can either find a plant that you like and see how you can create that environment for that plant in your house and where you can place it, or you can decide where in the house you need to put your plants and go and do research and find a plant that fits there. Always place leave enough room around your plants because they need to breathe too.
Sure.
So try not to squeeze them between your furniture and stuff.
Okay.
You can always start with a smaller ones.
And they like to be center stage because they're so beautiful, right?
Yes. You can always start with the smaller ones like what I have here.
Oh yeah.
And place them on your end tables or your coffee table.
Yes.
Or,
like succulents and easy things.
Yes, and easy. And again, as I said, fox plants are totally fine too. Fresh cut flowers are the same. As you can see, I have used these flowers here. I always like to have these fresh cut flowers.
Let me ask you about fresh cut flowers and the vase. Over time, when the plant starts to die, it gets kind of like the watercolor changes. Is there something that you add, like bleach or something, to the water that keeps the plant a little fresher, a little longer? Is it? I know there's plant food, but I've heard people use bleach and other things.
Really? No.
I could be wrong.
That's an
I'm just
interesting idea.
Or
actually.
sugar, like basic sugar.
I think I need to do some research about that. I think
Just for the length of your flowers.
Yes, I usually just use the flower food that comes with those flowers, and it really depends on how long those flowers last. Every 1 or 2 weeks, I go and buy fresh flowers. Some of them. These green ones I have here, even when they dry, they still look very nice. So I had somebody came to my house the other day, and she thought that I had bought them that way.
Oh wow!
Yes, so
Yeah, they say if you flip it, like, when you dry flowers,
Mhm.
it preserves some of that color still.
Yes.
But these are beautiful.
Yeah. And then back there, you can see we have mixed like, fox and real plants.
Let me stand over here so you can see. She's pointing down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other thing I would like to talk about is ambient lighting.
Yes.
So when you spend a long stretch of time in one space,
That's right.
lighting becomes even more important. When you walk into a house, you can turn, lit up your space with one, switch, and that's fine. It's great. It's for ceiling lights. And that they come usually in two ways. They're either recessed lights, like what we have here,
That's right.
or they're central light, like a chandelier or a ceiling fan. Those are good, but it's better if you mix them up with other types of lighting, so create layers of lighting.
Layers, okay.
Yes, because
I've noticed that because not necessarily every room in my house has like a lamp, but then you're kind of forced to use all the lights.
Yes.
And maybe you want something just to relax you.
Exactly. So you don't need all the time to have your whole space,
Lit up.
bright
Yeah.
or lit up. Central lighting creates, leaves like dark corners, and then recessed lighting creates a very harsh, glare,
Yes.
and also
Which is not good for your Facebook pictures.
yes, and also downward shadows that
That's
are
right.
not good and are not comfortable. So lighting is even more important when you find out that it is the most important external factor that affects your sleep cycle.
Yeah.
So just being at home can changes your sleep habit, and it can interrupt it. So just being exposed to a lot of artificial lighting at night
Yes.
can make it worse.
Well, the same thing with your computers. Now they're having, is it the blue?
Yes. The blue filter.
Blue filter, but oftentimes people are working to the end of the night and your brain
Yes.
is so overworked that you can't sleep. And a lot of it has to do with the lighting as well with your devices.
Yes.
They recommend, an hour or two before you go to bed to turn it off.
Yes. So the first, the easiest way you can add another layer of lighting to your space is by task lamps that are table lamps and floor lamps.
Okay.
So if you don't mind turning
Yes.
off the light, I can show you here with this, table lamp. It creates a very nice, ambient lighting. If you put it closer to your sofa,
Yes, I
it's
like that.
great for reading, or doing different activities at night.
It's very inviting
It is very inviting, and
to relax and just sit there and
yes,
breathe.
it is very good. Another great source of ambient lighting are the candles.
Yes.
So candles are very, relaxing. They are very good for your, energy.
And they have different scents if you want to create an aroma like
Yes.
the flowers.
Yes, so they're a great source of lighting. And also, if you use scented candles, fragrances can affect your mood because they affect the chemicals in your brain, like production of serotonin or dopamine, and that can affect your mood, and you can control your mood, with different scents.
External stimuli. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let me ask you real quick, back to the table lamp. How do you determine the height? Is it what you want to view in your entire room? If it blocks something, how do you determine the height of the lamp? Like this one, for example.
So the height of it should be higher than your sofa.
Yes.
So it can light up your a portion of your sitting area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But in terms of a style and where you put them, you can scatter them around your house. Some people like them to look more symmetrical, so they can put them on the ends of their console,
Gotcha.
or they can put them on their end tables. They don't have to be exactly the same style, so you don't have to use pairs, or if you have pairs, you don't have to use them in a symmetrical way.
Okay.
You can mix and match depending on what your style is. So don't limit yourself. The other thing actually I wanted to say is that it's nice to move your decor around,
Yes.
So I have this table lamp here, but sometimes I switch it with the ones I have in my guest bedroom because I don't use my guest bedroom anymore. It's a good of change.
So maybe people could tie it into their spring cleaning when you're just moving things around and getting a different perspective in your house in each of the rooms.
Yeah.
I think it will just enhance your creativity, really.
Yes, yeah, it does. The other thing I would like to talk about today are books. We all have books that we never started reading.
Yes.
Or we never finished. So it's very useful to put those books, in your side, depending on what part of the house you use the most. For example, here I have placed one on my coffee table and some in my media center.
Yes.
Just bring out a few at a time. You don't have to bring out all those books that you need to finish, but a very good way to simulate a new habit, and it helps you to when you are bored in the house or you're trying to find a way to entertain yourself. Yes, it's in your reach, and then
I've been to many homes, not during the pandemic, but where they have like a ton of books and like multiple books. I almost feel like there's a lot on the table. And how do you determine how many books you should have on the table? Is it based on height or the square footage of the table?
Actually, that's a good point because books have been very trendy recently as decor pieces.
Okay.
Here I'm talking about using the books that you actually want to read.
Okay.
It's nice to pay attention how they look and what height they are. But even if they're not completely in a style with your living room, it's not a big deal. Like for example, here I have these books. They're like in a mint green, and everything else is a kind of bluish.
I immediately thought of Tiffany.
Yes, but they still look good.
Yeah, they do.
And then yes, you can use books to create elevates. I'm gonna explain it more when I talk about coffee tables.
Yeah.
Yes, you can stack books just to create elevation, and then place a piece of decor on the top. So they are very.
Like for example, you have a box here.
Yes.
Which you could store things.
Yes.
Eyebrows.
Yes. So you can these are very beneficial, but also they can be used as a piece of decor.
Yes.
Also, as well as board games.
Yes.
Board games are a great way to entertain yourself because they are actually very relaxing. They reduce your stress and blood pressure.
Wow.
Yes. So if you live with somebody else, that's one way you can entertain yourself. If you're a senior person and you have kids or grandkids that they come and visit you, that's a great way to spend time with your grandkids because they are a perfect tool to connect different age groups in the family.
And allow conversation just to happen while you're playing.
Exactly.
I think that's great. I noticed your table back here. What game is that? Is that chess?
No, it's a backgammon.
Oh, backgammon.
Yes. You can get a chair, like a good sized chair, not very small, not very big. They're not very expensive.
Yeah.
You can get
I
one
love that.
and place it between two of your chairs that you have and create a game zone for yourself.
Game zone, I like that.
Because it's not very comfortable to play games on the floor, on your sofa, on your coffee table. Some people use their dining table, but sometimes they're too big and it's not easy to reach the game. So I like to create this game zone back here.
Yes. And you have a view. You have a window if you want to open
Yes,
it.
you have a view. And if anytime you feel like you don't need that table anymore, I'm a big fan of these size tables because you can use them to place your picture frames, or holiday decoration and stuff like that. So board games are very good, so they affect your mind in a very positive way.
Yes, I love it. So let's recap.
Yes.
Pillows make a difference.
Yes.
Lighting, ambient lighting sets the mood. You
Yes.
described some important, you gave examples in research supporting the benefits of it.
Yes.
Flowers, listen, who doesn't love flowers? And if you're a little lazy and you just want it artificial, it still looks good and it brings the outside in.
Yes.
And then candles, just like lighting, creates the same kind of ambiance and what you're looking for.
Yes.
And then I love coffee table books. That's smart because I have a whole room full of books, but I'm never going to because we're so busy with like
Yes.
putting it on the table. I love that example.
Yes.
You know?
So do I have time to wrap it up? I would
Yes.
like to add a few quick tips. Pay attention to your coffee table because they're the focal point of the living room.
Okay.
So it is important how they look. You know, you can put different types of items on your coffee table, from very practical items to very decorative items and anything in between. For example, I have this box here, which I usually put my medicine in it because I wanted to put my medicine again in my side,
Yes.
but I didn't want to just leave them on the coffee table.
Uh-huh.
So it is a decorative, nice piece, but it's also very practical, as well as flowers, as well as the candles. So all the items I talked about above, they can place on your coffee table. Also, I put these jars that I love.
Those
They're
are
very
beautiful.
nice, very beautiful, but they're also good for
Yes.
you know, healthier snacks when you're at home and you want to maintain a
I love
healthy diet. Besides all of that, always you can try to rearrange your furniture, rearrange your rooms. They give you a very nice, different look. Try to switch the decor between your rooms.
Yes.
Try to repurpose your old items. If you have antique plates that the set is not complete, you can just buy a very cheap hook, place it in the back, and hang it on your wall, and it's a very nice piece.
Easy,
you know? And
yes,
yeah,
I like that.
repurpose them. And if you like art, there are always kits that you can buy from Michaels, Hobby Lobby, Amazon. Repaint your older
There's so
furniture. You know, just give them a new look, and
There's
it's a
so many
project.
things that you're going to be able to talk about throughout the year.
Yes.
We're going to be in different rooms. We're going to be talking about specific things that apply to your life.
Yes.
Elnaz, thank you so much. Let's do a high five in the air. We thank you for joining us, and Elnaz gave us some amazing, easy tips, things that we may already know, but not quite how to put it together. And I think she gave us some great examples. So be on the lookout for her this year. She'll come back and share another room with you on how to spruce it up or reinvent it.
Yes. I would like to also add, you can find all the stuff we talked about today on my blog. It's available on my website. The
Yes.
link is below, so you can go back and read if you missed out something, and you can always reach me out and ask questions. If you
Yes,
have
and
any
she's
questions.
at Elnaz Irby Design.
Yes.
And we'll include it on the post, the link where you can go to the blog and see what she's been talking about today. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you on our next show. We are coming back to entering a senior community, St. Dominic's Village. We're going to do an in-studio workout with 6 seniors, following all the guidelines, showing you what seniors are doing while they're sheltered in place. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Elnaz. It was amazing. We enjoyed it. And audience, follow us on Great Age Movement. You can go to our website, thegreatage.org. You can go to the Health Museum's website. And you can certainly watch all of our recorded videos on Facebook and on our website under our blog. Thank you again. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you
Bye.
next time. Have a great weekend.